So I know I didn't get to do a reading last week. I was really sick. I'm not sure if it was the flu or a cold or if I just had a week-long migraine, which has happened before, but all last weekend I could not get out of bed for anything. I ended up calling into work for 3 days in a row. So I really apologize that I didn't get to do a reading last week. I just was not physically up to it. So I wanted to go ahead and do one for the upcoming week of January 12th through the 18th. My voice is kind of going in and out lately, so I hope you guys don't mind. I have a cup of coffee over here. But let me go ahead and show you what I have out today. Over here, as always, I have a white tea light candle for spirit, selenite to attract all kinds of positive energies, black tourmaline to deflect negativity, pyrite for good luck and good fortune, fluorite to balance energies, turquoise to represent the divine, and tiger's eye right here. Today's theme is kind of, the dream time, so tiger's eye wanting to be present in the reading is kind of odd to me, but I think the idea is, stamina, having the energy to go out and get things done. So I think that is why tiger's eye wanted to be part of the reading today. Strength, courage, energy, all of that good stuff. Next to that, I have my amethyst for psychism and clairvoyance, angelite for angelic connection, healing, and guidance, and last but not least, my clear quartz for clarity. And then over here, I'll actually move it so you guys can kind of see it. In my incense burner, I have jasmine incense burning. And jasmine is really good for attracting love and attracting money, but also for attracting prophetic or lucid dreams, which you would actually kind of recognize as you're going through them as being prophetic or lucid. The deck that I have out today is the Angel Dreams Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. Like I said, I think this week's reading is all about the dream time, paying attention to your dreams, both while you sleep and while you're awake. So I'm really anxious to see what the cards have to say this week. So let's go ahead and get started. For Monday and Tuesday, we have Obsidian, Grounding, Shielding, and the Void. So this is actually a really interesting way to start the week. Very rarely do I ever see the start of something beginning with protection or, things like that. But obsidian is actually also used for a type of scrying, so a type of foresight or forethought, or both. So I think the beginning of this week, what we're going to be looking at is, really paying attention to your surroundings, both in, when you're asleep in the dream time, but also when you're awake. Pay attention to who is around you. Pay attention to what is being said around you, the actions that people are taking around you. Pay attention to anything that might happen in your home that could have a negative impact later on. I know we live in a really old house. None of the plumbing or electrical has been updated for quite a while. We still have, all of the old clay pipes under the house. We have the cloth wrapped electrical all throughout the house. And so, a lot of times we'll have a light switch burn out, or we'll have a leak spring up. During the spring, our whole basement completely floods because we have one of the clay pipes under the house has completely collapsed. And so, just pay attention to little things like that can have really big repercussions later on. Not just in your house, but at work, in your car, when you're out with friends, Pay attention to the little things that people say that tend to have kind of an undertone. The beginning of this week, we're beginning with foresight and protection, but obsidian also represents the great void, which is where spirit resides. So when these little things happen, listen to your intuition, that voice that comes from spirit, from the void, that tells you, this is going to have negative or, major repercussions later on. So that's something that you should be preparing for, or, stepping away from, whatever would work best for you. Alrighty, so for the middle of the week, about Wednesday, Thursday, we have dream guide, teacher or guardian. So after the beginning of the week, where we kind of begin to delve into, the psyche or the subconscious, in the middle of the week, there's going to be some kind of person, whether they come to you in a dream or they come to you, while you're out shopping, or there's a new person that comes into work, something like that, that's going to have an impact on you on a spiritual level. It could be that they've had experiences that you've never had, so it would actually really help to hear what those experiences were. Or it could be that they're here to help you get through something that you have been dealing with. I myself have been having a lot of problems with my own shadow self lately, but I also have a couple of new guides that have been coming around to kind of keep me calm, to kind of guide me through the emotions that I'm really not used to feeling. And like I said, it could be something major like that, or it could just be, somebody that comes in to basically point you in the right direction. Somebody, whether they come in a dream or they come to you in reality, it could be a sign that you get that will kind of guide you on your path to where you are supposed to be at this time. For example, my great-grandfather died before I was born, and he was very much a bird lover, like a lot of the people in my family. And so we have a superstition in my family that when we see a male cardinal around the house, or, in any of our backyards, following behind our cars, anything like that, that it is my grandfather watching over us. And when we first made the move down to Arkansas, which is about a 10-hour drive from where I was born and raised, I had started at a brand new school, and every single day for the first, I'd say about 6 weeks that we were there, I would wake up in the morning before going to school, and I would hear a bird outside my window, and so I would look, and it would be a male cardinal. So to me, that was my grandfather telling me it was time to get up and face a new day, and I graduated with honors at that school. I went to a really good college. Being part of that whole academic there was just, it set me on a very good path. And I don't think that I could have gotten through it without that cardinal in my backyard. And so, just remember that with this card, with the middle of the week, it could be something like that. Just somebody or a sign to kind of point you in the right direction. But like I said, it could also be somebody that has had experiences that you have not had, and it's a learning experience, basically. So just pay really close attention to that towards the middle of the week. For the weekend, we have summer taking action, fruition, and intellect. So this is actually a pretty funny card to get, in my opinion, because we have just gotten into winter. In a lot of places, it's, in the negatives. The last few days here, it's been in the negative 20s with wind chill. So seeing the summer card come up, it's kind of that light at the end of the tunnel. We only have so many more weeks before Groundhog Day, and even if he doesn't see a shadow, we only have so many weeks after that. So, just kind of keep in mind that not all dark times are going to stay dark. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel, or there's always a silver lining in, on the storm cloud. It's important to recognize that whatever it is you're going through, you'll get through it. If it's a financial crisis, if you're going through a really bad breakup, if you're having to change careers, anything major like that would have major repercussions, later on, it's important for you to realize that is a vital part of your personal development, and you will not be doing it alone. Whatever it is that you're going through, you will not be doing it alone. And it's an important part of your development as a human being, as a spirit, as an individual. It's every person's journey is different, but along the way we do tend to have very similar experiences, and it's just really important for you to keep in mind that it's the world's not going to end just because one thing goes wrong, or your life's not going to be easy because one thing goes right. If life was easy, none of us would have chosen to come back, repeatedly. If you believe in reincarnation, none of us would have chosen to come back if life were meant to be easy. Taking physical form is one of the most difficult things that you can possibly do, because the body has needs, and they're not just physical, they're emotional, mental, social, everything that comes with it. It's not easy, but it is worth it. Just think of it as this week you're kind of going through a quickening. You're learning a lot of new things, you're experiencing a lot of new things, you're having to deal with things and emotions that you've probably never dealt with before. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It's going to help you later on. So please keep that in mind. And I am sending you all tons of love and light, and wishing you a very blessed week. I hope that everything goes okay. I do have a page on Facebook, so if you ever need somebody just to talk to, I am on there. You can actually send a private message, I am always open to lending an ear. So if not, that's perfectly fine. I will not be offended. It's not like I'm going to stop doing these readings. I just wanted to throw that out there. So I hope that this week goes relatively easy for you guys, and I will see you next week.